what is going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, straight away, I should probably say that you may be wondering where the episode review is for today's episode, and basically, I've been away for the weekend, so I'm quite far behind on my schedule of uploads, so the chapter review is what you're seeing today. That'll be today's video, and then the Boruto episode review will be tomorrow, along with the brand new Black Clover chapter, because I know I missed last week's and I definitely don't want to miss this week's as well, so I'm making sure those two videos will definitely be out tomorrow. I do apologise. But with all that out of the way, I kind of want to talk about this chapter because this was kind of like the final nail in the coffin, putting the whole slice of life chapters to bed, I think, because last about chapter and a half, something on those lines, it's been a bit slice of life. You were just kind of getting a grasp as to what Naruto and Kawaki's relationship's going to be like going forward, and now that we kind of got to grips with that, the writers are going straight back into the action now with what I think is going to be kind of like the main focal drama action packed part of this arc, because obviously the start of it was pretty action packed with Kawaki versus Gero, but other than that it's been a bit tame. But I think it's safe to say from here on out we're going to be getting into the juicy stuff, and it's going to be extremely interesting. I did not see it coming whatsoever. But before we jump into all that, I want to cover some of the earlier parts of this chapter. So then, carrying on from last chapter, we see Naruto take Kawaki to Ino's flower shop to go and buy a new vase to replace the one that Kawaki broke. And on their way, they actually meet Sarada. Sarada goes with them, and Kawaki kind of kept up his tough guy attitude while being around Sarada, although I think, maybe this is just me, but they somewhat got along, I think. Maybe that's just me, but he definitely kept that whole edgy, you could call it edgy if that's what you wanted to say, but he definitely kept up that tough guy attitude. I think it's safe to say that we have to give Kawaki some props, because it's evident that, at least it's starting to become evident that he's at least trying to kind of fit in with everybody else, although there was this moment where that kid came running, the little kid ran into the back of Kawaki and bumped into him, and Kawaki looked like he was dead set ready to kill this kid. He essentially transformed his entire arm into this huge kind of claw grip vice type thing to attack this child with, and if it wasn't for Naruto, he probably would have succeeded in just whacking this kid and probably killing him, let's be fair. So I mean, as soon as I saw the kid bump into Kawaki, and you just see Kawaki's just kind of it's almost like expressionless, but you can see that he's a bit pissed off. So straight away I thought, oh, you should not have done that. Anyway, we got to see Ino again. I didn't really think we'd see much of Ino at all in this series, but hey, they found a good way for her to become involved, and we learn in a small exchange with Naruto that Naruto has got the Yamanaka, well, I don't know if it's only the Yamanaka, but the sensory division, that they're helping in kind of the whole Kawaki situation. But I must say that Ikamoto's Ino design, for someone who gets so much heat and so much hate for his portrayals of the older generation, because I mean, I hold my hand up, I'm pretty responsible for this. I do not like Hinata's design. I hated Sasuke's design right at the beginning, but I think some of his designs are very questionable, but a lot of people do not like his older generation. But for me, I think his portrayal of Ino in his art style is actually way better than the actual Ino. I much prefer this design. I don't know what it is about it, because I don't think it changes that much. Just something about the way he draws her I prefer to her original design, so you could say. One of the most heartwarming scenes, I think, if not the most heartwarming scene in the entirety of the Boruto series so far, then followed suit. We see Kawaki pick his replacement vase. He does his little, not really a process of elimination, because he starts by just picking up one at random, and then he decides that, you know what, it does actually fit in with the decor of the room. And so he goes to get this vase. Ino goes to fill it up with flowers. And that's then when he suddenly gets this flashback type deal where he sees Jigen's face appear in the vase. It is incredibly creepy. Even I was a bit creeped out by this, because just seeing Jigen's face with the Karma Seal activated, just floating in the vase. I don't blame Kawaki for being freaked out, but it's kind of showing that even though he's trying his hardest to fit in, and he's now safe here with Naruto, I said this kind of right at the beginning when he first got brought back to Konoha, that he's almost like a scared animal. He's in a safe place, but he's always on edge, and the slightest thought of his past is enough to just send him into just craziness. But the way Naruto just kind of hugs Kawaki and tells him that you're safe here, it's like I said, it's probably one of, if not the most heartwarming and wholesome scene in the Boruto series so far. They're then all sorted at Ino's flower shop and they then leave, and some people are saying that this may possibly be a death flag, and I want to ask what you guys think of this. Ino says, it's a sentence that I don't blame people for thinking of it as a death flag, because Ino isn't the most relevant character in the entire world. I think that's safe to say, so I can see why people think the writers could well kill her off, because it would be impactful for sure, because she's still one of the OG Konoha 11, but it wouldn't be a death to the point where people are like going to drop sales and aren't going to buy it anymore. Not like something where, say, Naruto died at this point. So Ino says, it was great to see you. Next time you stop by, make sure to buy lots and lots of flowers. And that's the sentence right there. That is the death flag. It's whenever someone says, next time you come and see me, a lot of the time, there is no next time. So, is this going to be another one of those cases where Ino said her final words, just the cursed sentence, the death flag bringer? I don't know. It'll be very interesting. Personally, I'm kind of in the mix. I don't want her to die because I don't hate her, but I don't exactly love her. I mean, she's just kind of Ino. I mean, I'd be very sad if she was to die, because like I said, she's still one of the original 11 from Konoha. She's an OG member, but at the same time, if she did die, she wouldn't be huge. I'm not too sure. I'm really conflicted on all of this. That's kind of why I want to know what you guys think. Would you be happy with Ino dying or not in this arc or an upcoming arc, something like that? And did you think this was in fact a death flag? Ino also went back to just being classic Ino when she was saying goodbye to Kawaki, essentially saying that he's got all the things that a perfect man should, and that he's young, handsome, stylish, and cool, and all that. And it's just like, yeah, classic Ino. You're married, you got a child, but you're still Ino. Boruto still won't let that vase slide. Kawaki went out, he apologised, he bought a brand new vase. Boruto accepted, well, he didn't accept the apology, but he saw that Kawaki was sorry. He saw the sincerity within Kawaki. But that's not enough. That is not enough for Boruto. He handed Kawaki glue to fix the vase back together. And it's like, Boruto, listen. I know you're annoyed. But let the vase slide, alright? Let it slide. I mean, I don't know why he thinks it's possible to just glue that back together, because I've broken many of things in the past and I've tried to glue them back together so my parents wouldn't know. And Boruto, it is not that easy. But anyway, that is when the tone of the chapter shifted real quick. We saw Delta and Kashin Koji. Now, I thought, after they saw Kawaki get taken away, I thought they were going to go back to Jigen, because I thought they wanted some answers as to what the whole deal with the Karma Seal was. But no, they aren't abandoning the mission, they've gone straight back to try and find Kawaki, or at least Kashin Koji has. Basically, they're on a tree outside of Konoha, and Kashin Koji is explaining to Delta that the Yamanaka clan have a sensory division, which obviously Naruto brought up earlier on in the chapter, and he's saying that anyone whose chakra, well, anyone who enters and leaves the village, their chakra is remembered, it is kind of saved, so that if any unknown chakra then enters the village, immediately the Yamanaka clan are aware of it. And that's why he says to Delta that, Delta, you must stay here, I'm going in alone. And then, like a boss, he just jumps backwards into Konoha off the huge walls, and it's mad. He says, Kawaki, where are you? And that's what I mean. It reminds me so much of the Pain invasion, how just one comes in out of nowhere and he summons the rest of the 6 Paths of Pain, and it's just everybody's oblivious. Well, Kashin Koji's chakra seemingly is already registered to Konoha, meaning that, and this is just, it's the writers just kind of putting in more and more trolls and teasers in our faces that he is a member of Konoha. Or at least he's been to Konoha before in the past, and obviously that sparked out the whole Kashin Koji is Jiraiya rumours all over again. I'm starting to think if maybe Ikemoto can actually saw all these rumours and was like, alright, yeah, okay, we can roll with this. We're gonna slightly adapt Kashin Koji slightly just to keep this up, but it'll be very, very interesting. And like I said, it looks as though Kashin Koji is not abandoning his mission. He's going in to find Kawaki, but something a lot of people saying, and I think it's highly likely, I think this could be what happens. I think Kashin Koji may well see Kawaki under a secure, constant lockdown under Naruto, that he may well not go for Kawaki, but find Boruto. Because at the end of this chapter, we saw Boruto run out and he's just doing his own thing. Well, Kashin Koji may well bump into Boruto and think, you know what? You'll do. I've seen that you've got the Karma Seal, and you're much easier to get than Kawaki. So I'm going to take you instead. And I think Kashin Koji may well kidnap Boruto and take him to see Jigen. I personally think that would be extremely interesting. I cannot wait to see the next chapter. I've not been this hyped for a new Boruto chapter for quite a while, I will admit. So this chapter is just, like I said, it kind of put the whole slice of life stuff back to bed, and we've got back straight into the nitty-gritty, badass, action-packed stuff of this arc. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Make sure you leave your comments on all this in the comment section down below, because I really want to know what you guys think of this. Any theories that you have about what's going to happen with Boruto, Kashin Koji, who Kashin Koji is in Kawaki, etc. And I'll be sure to read them all. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in another video. But until then, peace.